Lesson 5.6, composition of functions. Um, this one can be kind of a lot to process, so make sure you're paying attention and noticing the difference between this and function operations. So composition of functions, the results of one function are fed into another function. The composition of two functions may not exist in some cases. In this case, the composition is, quote, undefined. So it can be written in two ways, right? We have this f, and then we have this open circle that looks kind of like a multiplication, and then g. That means we are taking the f function and we are feeding the g function into it. Another way we can write it is this second way, f of g of x. So we are going to go through some examples here. So the first one is kind of the preferred way. We are asked to find f of g of -2. So what we do to start this, right, we're going to work here on this one, is we start at the inside of our parentheses, and we're going to find g of -2, right? That's where I'm going to start. So anywhere in the g function that I see a -2, or an x, I'm going to feed in a -2. Right, so 2 times -2 is -4, minus 1 is -5. So g of -2 is equal to -5. Right, this part right here is -5. I am going to take that -5 now and feed it into my f function. So I now am going to find f of -5. So 3 times -5 squared minus a -5 plus 4. So that is going to be equal to 3 times 25, right? -5 squared is 25, plus 5 plus 4. So 3 times 25 is 75, plus 5 plus 4, so plus 9. And that's going to give me an answer then of 84. You could solve these out in Desmos as well, plugging these in. Sometimes it's easier just to plug and chug on paper. The second one, g of f of 3. So working on this, I'm going to start here with the f of 3, right? So f of 3 is equal to 3 times 3 squared minus 3 plus 4. Right? Anywhere I saw an x, I plugged in a -3. So 3 times 9 plus 1 essentially, right? -3 plus 4. So 27 plus 1 is 28. So f of 3 is equal to 28. I'm going to take that 28 now and plug it into the g function. I want to find g of 28. So that is equal to 2 times 28 minus 1. So 2 times 28 is 56, minus 1 is 55. Right, so those are my two final solutions there. We take the result of one and we plug it into the other. The other thing that can happen is we are just told to combine the functions, but no x value is given. So we're going to start here with f of g of x. And to do that, we are going to replace any x, right? This is the same as f of g of x. Anywhere we see x in our f function, I am going to substitute in the entire g function. So these become a lot of work. So I'm starting with this f function right here, 3x squared. Instead of x, I'm writing the g function, 2x minus 1 squared, minus the g function, 2x minus 1 plus 4. Right, so now I have to go through and use order of operations and clean up this big mess. Right, so I'm going to have to FOIL this. That would give me 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Minus 2x plus 1 plus 4. Right, I distributed out this negative here. Now I get to multiply out this 3, 12x squared minus 12x plus 3 minus 2x plus 5. Right, just lots of order of operations work, lots of combining like terms. So this would be 12x squared minus 14x plus, I forgot the 3 here, I didn't write down, plus 8, right? When I multiplied here, it should have a 3 here. So that is f of g of x. That open circle there tells us I'm subbing one function into the other. Also asked to find g of h of x, g of h, or g of f of x, like that. So I'm going to start with the g function, and anywhere I see an x, I sub in the entire f function. So 2x. Well, my x is now the entire f function. And now I distribute and combine like terms. So 6x squared minus 2x plus 8 minus 1 would give me 6x squared minus 2x plus 7. Okay, that one's less work than the other way. Just kind of depends on the functions and how much work they will be. But that open circle, we fed one function into the other. F of g of x here, we took the f function, and anywhere we saw x, we wrote in the g function, and the opposite on g of f of x. Started with the g function, and anywhere we saw the x, we fed in the entire f function. So pay attention to those details as you work through your assignment.